Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Noelle, and today's video is going to be me testing out new Rare Beauty products by Selena Gomez. So the products I'll be testing out today include the foundation, concealer, and this lip and cheek two-piece mini duo. I'm not going to be doing like a 24-hour or like a 10-hour wear test. It's like 5:01 at night and it's already getting dark because I live in New Jersey. So I'm just going to be testing it out, and I'm also not going to be using a brush because, to be honest, I never use a foundation brush. I never use any kind of kabuki brush. I always use a sponge. If I want more coverage, I just put more on, and sometimes I'll dab it in with the brush first and then go in with the sponge, but I never use a brush. This foundation looks really yellow, and I don't have any self-tanner on, but I just want to say now as a disclaimer that a lot of people think just because I'm very fair-skinned that I am pink-toned, like a pink undertone, cool undertone. I'm more neutral. I'm like exactly neutral, but sometimes you look at my skin and it looks more yellow than it does, like more yellow olivey than it does pink. I don't know if the lighting is doing it justice, but every time I look at my skin, my boyfriend, my family, my friends, everyone's like, you're not pink toned, you're not really cool, you're more like neutral to warm. But this is in the shade 180W. 180W on the website looked more neutral than 170W, so I was very nervous to get the 170W, and I self-tan throughout the year, so I was nervous. So I think this might match me a little bit better when I have a little bit of self-tanner on, but I'll do the oldest trick in the book on YouTube, where this is the shade 170 warm for concealer. I wanted one shade lighter for concealer, and it actually looks very light, but we'll test it out and see. But I'll just mix that and try to lighten the foundation as best I can. So first things first, I'm going in with the Rare Beauty by Selena Gomez Liquid Touch Weightless Foundation. It's $29. It is a weightless foundation with concentrated pigments that feels barely there while providing buildable medium to full coverage with a natural finish. So let's test that out. On a lot of people I've seen do tutorials and, you know, reviews on this foundation, it does look like it's about medium coverage, but you can build it up, and it does look very natural on the skin. Coverage is medium, finish is natural. Formulation liquid, skin type normal, dry, combination, oily. Mine's pretty much combination to oily. I think mine's sometimes dehydrated, so it gets oily. First thing, I hate to be a Debbie Downer, but you guys, I gotta be honest, it feels like there's nothing in here. Like, I could obviously tell there's foundation in here, but it just feels very light, which is a good thing. It's really pretty. It's nice and frosted glass, but the only downside I'm noticing so far is if I went like this enough, the foundation would literally just pour out. And usually I'm used to foundations that have a pump, so I feel like I would have appreciated a pump just because that's what my preference is and my liking. You know, I'm not going to say it's a shitty product because it doesn't have a pump. That's just my preference. So yeah, I'm just actually going to go right for it. I usually go and do like 2 or 3 swipes on my cheek because that's where I usually have my problem areas. Do some on the forehead. This honestly feels like, I like the doe foot in a way because it feels like I'm just putting like concealer on, and it's super easy because I use the Born This Way concealer. This is the darker shade I use to contour right now, but I use that usually for concealer, and I love the doe foot. I basically use it as foundation, so it looks pretty yellow, but we'll see when we blend it out. Some of my acne scars still peeking through, which is fine because it's medium coverage. Nowhere does it say it's 100% full coverage right off the bat. I hope you can see with the lighting here, but it's super dry and clinging to literally any dry patch I have on my face. And I'm really not a fan of that. It's so cakey right here and dry in here. And my sponge was clean when I literally just wet it and cleaned it. Let's go in with a little bit more. See if I can build some coverage just on my cheek areas that need it. Everyone else that had this on, it literally looked so beautiful, such a natural finish. Didn't look drying at all. I don't remember one person saying it was drying, so maybe it's just my skin right now. Maybe my skin is a little dry. I just haven't noticed because, like I said, when I put the Too Faced concealer on, I basically use it as foundation and I put it all over my face. It's so cakey right there. Clinging to these dry patches from my pimples. Let's just move on to the concealer, which is literally just a mini version of the foundation, and This right here, like this is super rounded. This one has a flat side and a round side, if you can see. So this is the Liquid Touch Brightening Concealer. It's $19, which isn't terrible in my opinion. It's medium coverage, finish is radiant. It says this concealer instantly hides blemishes, dark circles, and redness with buildable coverage and a skin-like finish that won't cake or settle into fine lines. The botanical blend is creamy and hydrating, yet long-lasting and sweat-resistant. Plus, it comes in the same 48 shades as Liquid Touch Foundation. I don't put too much here. It always looks so light when it goes on, but hopefully it's a good match. It does look like it's doing well by covering my blemishes. You could barely see the blemish anymore. But that's also like 2 coats of foundation plus the concealer, but the concealer definitely finished the job. Anything that was peeking through, it definitely isn't anymore. So I'm not gonna lie, the concealer is definitely a little bit better. My under eyes are looking a little bit dry, and honestly my lids are already starting to crease a little bit, which never happens. It usually doesn't crease for a good like 20 minutes or so. I'm not gonna lie, you guys, I'm not 100% happy with these products already. And this is first impression. Like, if it doesn't look good on the skin right now, how is it gonna look good on the skin later on? I feel like it's just gonna get worse and worse. I'm a little nervous, honestly. Very, very nervous. But let's not freak out. I'm gonna do my eyebrows and I'll be right back. Hey guys, sorry, I thought I was recording when I just did all these dots, but I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in the shade Honey. I use this just for like contour / bronzing, and this is such a beautiful shade, and I just blend it out really nicely. So this is my eyes creasing. I've had it on for about 5 minutes. And it's creased, sorry, my hair is like all crazy up there. And it's already creasing like pretty bad. But I'm just gonna blend it out. And then I'm gonna go in with the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. And I'm just gonna set my eyes. Like I said, I'm honestly kind of scared to set my face because it already looks dry. So I don't think I'm gonna set my face, but I am gonna go in with a spray and set it. I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay All Nighter Setting Spray, but not right now, just when everything is already on my face. Look how pretty this shade is. Like, I picked the perfect shade in this concealer for my contour and like bronzer shade. It's so pretty. I hope it looks like this when I'm editing it because it looks so good right now. All right, now I'm gonna go in with the cute little mini cream blush. I'm not a huge fan of cream blushes, but if I really like this one, I got the mini anyway, just because I can throw it in my makeup bag, like my everyday makeup bag, and it'll work, you know, it'll fit in there just fine. I hate having like huge products in there. And I haven't put any powder on my face, just so you guys know, it's all cream products as of right now. I just put the powder only on my eyelids to set them. And this is also a doe foot applicator, which I actually kind of like. And I'm just going to dot it on a little bit. I can't remember how pigmented it is. I think I was watching Manny's video, and it didn't blend away, but I think it blended out like, excuse me, really good. I'm going to take the side that I didn't have foundation on, so a clean side, and blend it out nice. I put this side on first. I should do this first so it doesn't dry. I think he really liked it. And honestly, I could see why. It does look really pretty, but it definitely dries really fast. So if you put it on one cheek, blend it out, and then put it on the other cheek and blend that out. Whoa, that's a lot. I'm going to have to put that on both sides. There we go. I was actually never a huge fan of blush because I've always had acne on my cheeks, and I feel like I would try to get rid of the redness. Why put more redness onto my face? But honestly, recently, I don't even really care about that, and I've been loving how blush looks on me. I even put like a little bit on my nose. I'm not trying to actually be an e-girl and like fit in, whatever, but I actually really like how it looks. And like this blush is honestly beautiful. I'm sorry, I forgot to tell you the shade of this. It's in the shade Bliss. It's like this peachy shade. A weightless, long-lasting liquid blush that blends and builds beautifully for a soft, healthy flush. Available in matte and dewy finishes. I guess this is the matte finish. Definitely the matte finish. says soft, buildable color with a natural second skin finish. I agree with that. This looks beautiful. I guess the foundation is setting into my skin a little bit, but I could definitely still see, like, even under here is already creasing, and in here looks very cakey. And I exfoliate. I wash my face once or twice a day. I exfoliate every once in a while, you know, when I need to. Also, I feel like blending out the blush kind of took away from the coverage on this blemish, so I'm just gonna go in and put a teeny bit more coverage on that blemish. So I finished my eyes and I plumped my lips. If you want a tutorial on how to plump them, because they look, if you go a minute back, not even, if you go like 10 seconds back in this video, you're gonna see that my lips did not look like this before. So I'm just gonna line them real quick with the ColourPop BFF2 liner. But if you want a tutorial, let me know. I just feel so much more like me when I have bigger lips. Like, they're gonna go down a little bit, but I just feel like it matches me better. Like, this is just me. Alright, now I'm going in with the last product I have from Rare Beauty, and it is the Rare Beauty by Selena Gomez With Gratitude Dewy Lip Balm. I love that this says dewy because I do like matte liquid lipsticks, but I end up always putting a gloss on top. So I'm really glad that this is like a regular lipstick and not, I mean, I have so many liquid lipsticks. I don't need any more. I actually really love lipsticks because I love the shine of them. So this is $16. I mean, not this tiny one. The regular size one is $16. It says a hydrating, nourishing balm with a buildable light to medium dose of color and a neutral dewy finish. Formulation is lip balm and treatment. So I guess it's probably going to be more sheer, I would assume. Benefits are hydrating, vegan and cruelty free, and it says buildable dewy dose of dewy color. This tinted lip balm wraps lips in weightless hydration that lasts all day so they feel nourished and nurtured. It has shea butter and botanical blend of lotus, gardenia, and white water lily. It cushions lips while building color so they look fuller and healthier. Well, I just made mine look fuller and they look healthier. So without further ado, oh wow, first of all, beautiful shade. Honestly, it's so buttery. I only had to put it on the top and then go like that, and it looks beautiful. Alright, let me take this crazy thing off because, like I said, I literally feel like I look bald. Oh, and this lipstick is in the shade Thankful, by the way. I forgot to say that. So this is the finished look, you guys. I'm honestly so happy. In the beginning, I wasn't that happy, and honestly, like, there's a part right there that's still not, like, blending well from the foundation. We just caught 444 on my camera. The foundation is not my favorite, I'm gonna be completely honest, and I still feel like I see a little bit of blue under my eyes, and the concealer said that it was supposed to be full coverage, and like I think it said medium to full. Maybe I should have just put a little bit more if I wanted a little more coverage, but I don't think it's super full coverage or anything like that. It's definitely better than the foundation. The foundation's sitting all right on my skin. There we go, now you guys can see better. It's sitting on my skin pretty nicely. Just around here is very drying, and on my nose, I don't know if you can see, but it's picking up on pretty much all my dry patches. But it really doesn't look that bad, and under here is cakey a little bit. So I guess I would have to say my overall thoughts is that this brand is pretty good, honestly. The products aren't horrible. They're not completely out of this world outstanding, my favorite. But I have to say my favorite products that I've tried today have been the liquid blush and the lipstick. I just really think that the lipstick is so smooth and it feels so buttery, and it gives pigment. It's actually not as sheer as I thought it was going to be. It gives a good amount of pigment. It's beautiful. And then this blush just blends out really nice. I feel like it blends away a little bit, but if you put like a teeny bit more on, it doesn't blend away. It definitely blends in really nicely. I guess my final thoughts is that overall, I'm pretty happy with the brand. I just realized I'm not wearing a necklace. That's okay. I'm pretty overall happy with the brand. Like I said, the foundation looked very yellow, but then it blended out, and yeah, it's warm, but It doesn't look like a terrible shade match. Like I said, I hope I feel the same way when I'm editing this, because sometimes with the bright lights in my face, it looks like it matches, and then I go and edit and I'm like, oh, and it doesn't match very well. Being the lips, I'm very happy with what I purchased, and I will definitely be keeping it and trying out the products a little more, because like I said, everybody else, it looked very natural, and it does look like a natural finish. It really does. It's not covering everything 100%. It's not full coverage. Definitely an actual natural finish. And yeah, I guess that's it for the video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this video and this review. I'm definitely going to do a video on the new Huda Beauty stick foundation. I'm very excited to try that, because there's another stick foundation that I tried from a different brand a couple of years ago, and it was super drying. So I really have high hopes for this. I put it on my hand a couple days ago when I first got it, and it looked beautiful. It blended out so nice. So I'm really hoping it blends out like that on my face. By the way, I just got my nails done and I'm obsessed with them. Just saying. Sorry, I feel so fall right now. But yeah, so I guess that's it for the video, you guys. I hope you enjoyed, and like I said, let me know if there's any other videos you'd like me to film, makeup or non-makeup related, review or not related, whatever, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!